Hey guys, Crystal here from Crystal's Crazy Corner. What is going on? It's Thursday. Ha ha ha. We're almost there. Some of us are there. I know. Some of you guys don't have to work on Friday. Go ahead and rub it in. Go ahead. Today's my Friday. Yeah, well, you're lucky. And I gotta work tomorrow. But that's okay, because I can do this. Told you on Monday I had this week. It ain't nothing but a thing. So, thought for the day. You ever had something that you tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried and tried, and no matter what, you couldn't get it right? How'd you feel? Did you feel like that failure? What'd you do? What'd you do about it? Did you try a different angle? Did you try a different thought process? Or did you just give up? Well, technically, it doesn't matter if you gave up. It doesn't matter if you tried a different thought process. It doesn't matter if you tried something different. Here's my thought on that. Did you learn anything at all? Then it was not a failure. If you gained anything at all from that, any knowledge, anything at all, it's not a failure. Because to me, a failure is when nothing goes right, you didn't learn anything at all, it was just a total cluster, and nothing, absolutely nothing, could be gained. Well, guess what? That doesn't normally happen. So to me, failures don't technically exist. Because as long as you gain something, you gain even a little piece of knowledge. I don't care how big that project was. It can be a $5 million project and it crumbled. But as long as you gained some knowledge so that it should not happen again, you didn't fail. Different way to look at it, huh? If you're learning, you're not failing. Even if you learn that you did something wrong, you didn't fail because you learned something. So no matter what the situation is, nobody should ever sit back and say, I'm a failure. How do you figure that? Did you learn anything from it? Did you gain anything from it? Then you did not fail. And I know we are our own worst critic, and we will beat ourselves up faster than anybody else and harder than anybody else ever can. But to me, failure just does not exist. I don't accept it. Because as long as you learn something, it's not a complete and total failure, right? So then it's not a failure. Because no matter what the situation is, okay? Say you're an architect and you're building a monstrous building. Something happened, and that building came down. Are you a failure for an architect? Or did you go through the rubble and learn what mistake you may have made? Or did you learn what caused that building to come down? Then it's not a complete and total failure. Think of that one. So to me, failure is not an option because failure does not exist. Because as long as you're learning something, you're not failing. And I've heard people say that their job was a failure. No. Because you still learn something. I've heard people say that their marriage was a failure. No. Because you still learn something. And let me tell you something. No matter what, you may not think you learned anything, but you did. You did. No matter what that situation is, you're still learning something. So nothing is a complete and total failure. I don't want to hear I'm a failure. I don't want to hear I failed. Even if you fail a grade in school, let me tell you something. You still learn something, so you're not a failure. You just did not achieve the expectations that the school, the government, the teachers expected you to. But did you fail? No, because I guarantee you still learned something. It's all about how you think about things. A lot of people don't stop and think about that. Don't let me hear you say you're a failure, or your channel's a failure, or your life's a failure, or your marriage is a failure, or your job is a failure. Bull crap. As long as you're learning something, you ain't failing nothing. Although that sentence kind of sounded like I failed English. Anyway, just remember this, guys. I love you all. And failure's not an option because you're still learning something. Failure does not exist. Strive for your goals, guys. Hey, remember this. We got this week, right? Yeah. And come see us tonight over on Captain Cook's channel for the Drone Network. Right around 8-ish, I think. I'm still learning too, so hey. I'll catch you guys later. Love y'all.